Good morning, Nursery. Hope you enjoyed last week's learning. This week our story is going to be The Colour Monster Goes to School. This story looks at the feelings of going to school for the first time. As you follow the story, the colour monster changes colours as his feelings change. It's a nice story about talking about starting reception or coming back to nursery. So, linking to the story, we're going to start talking about starting big school, or for the children staying in nursery, coming back to school. The children haven't experienced the usual transition things like meeting the reception teachers or visiting the reception classrooms this year, so it's really important to talk about this at home. Ask them how they feel about starting school, ask them questions such as, what do you think you will have in reception? What do you think you will do? Will they have Lego? Do you think they're going to have bikes or scooters? For the children staying in nursery, you could ask things such as, are you looking forward to coming back to nursery? What do you like about school? You can make a list of all the things you want to find out, and you can even email us your questions and we can try and answer them for you. So this week we've included some gross or big movement activity cards that you can try at home. There are things such as walking in different ways, such as forwards, backwards, and even with your eyes closed. You can try some of the activities or all of them, it's up to you. Our fine motor activity this week is pairing socks. So collect lots of pattern socks and spread them out. The first task is to put them in the correct pairs, and then you can show your child how to fold them into a pair. So this is exercising their fingers. It uses lots of finger movements. If you can set up a small washing line, you could give your child some pegs to pin the socks to the line. That uses that sort of pencil pinching action with the fingers. So for expressive arts this week, we have 10 things to do with a toilet roll tube. There's a sheet with 10 ideas of things, including making your own printing stamps or making a rocket. You can also do some of your own ideas or find extra ideas online. The pictures here are just a few that I found doing a Google image search. So you can make minions, you can make flowers, you can make animals like penguins or foxes. Don't forget to share any of your creations with us on Tapestry. So last week for Understand the World we did some colour experiments. Some of the video links that we had were for a YouTube channel called the Dad Lab, which has some amazing experiments that you could try with your child at home. I've included the link to the actual channel, so you could have a browse through their videos and maybe choose one or two that you want to try and recreate at home. Again, don't forget to share your scientific findings on Tapestry with us. So in number this week, we want you to keep practicing those counting, number recognition and number ordering skills. So I've included the number cards again in this week's folder. For counting, you could give your child a set of objects to count. Remember, it could be anything: buttons, coins, toys, anything to count. And then get them to choose the correct number card that matches that amount. You could also give them number cards to place in the correct order, or set the cards out so they're in the incorrect order and ask the children to help you fix it. You could also play a flashcard game and see how quickly you can name all the numbers. We're also going to look at 2D shapes this week. So we have a collection of pictures where you can get your child to talk about the shapes they can see. So they could count how many of a particular shape there is. We also have a colour by shape picture, so the children colour all the triangles red, for example. You could do both or just one of these activities, remember to ask questions like, how do you know what that shape is? They might say that a circle is round. We would like to see the children begin to talk about simple properties of shapes, so how many sides and how many corners the shape's got. So a triangle has 3 sides and 3 corners. So this week in Literacy and Phonics, we'd like you to share some stories about starting school. I've included a list of stories with YouTube links in this week's folder. Don't forget to keep practicing the letter sounds, using their flashcards. I've put these back in the folder this week. In Phonics, we're going to learn the f and sounds using the twinkle lessons. There are also some sound booklets for both of these letters in this week's folder. For writing, I've included an All About Me sheet, which you can complete together and use as a way to introduce yourself in September to your reception teachers, or if you're staying in nursery, to reacquaint yourself with us. Where possible, encourage your children to complete some things themselves, such as writing their own name and drawing a picture of themselves. You could even include a photo instead of a drawing if you wanted to. If your child is an eager writer, you could write the words for them to copy, or let them mark make and then describe what they have said. So remember, if you have any questions about this week's home learning, you can email us at nursery@perfectprimary.co.uk. You can also email us any questions you have about starting reception. You can also send us photos of your learning and we can try and add them to Tapestry for you. Thank you to all the parents who have sent us in work. It's really nice to see what the children are getting up to, and it's been nice to keep in touch with some of you that way. We'd also love to see your science experiments and your toilet roll creations as well. This will be our last home learning video, so I'd like to wish you all a safe and fun summer holidays, and we will see you all in September. Bye.